Welcome on into North Dakota today. So happy to have you join us. I'm Ashlyn Hill.
And I'm Sophia Richards.
Hey.
Hey. Guess who's back?
Hi, it's me. Remember me? I'm Ashlyn. Okay,
yes.
You know what's so funny? The good morning was a joke all 2 weeks long.
Really?
Yeah, everyone that would see me, that was like the tagline, the slogan.
You were known for that.
Good morning, good morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like the running joke. I loved it.
That.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yes. Okay, we're so happy you're back. You had quite the adventure. We're gonna get all the details. I'm so excited.
Yeah, this is your warning, everybody. Get cozy. Get relaxed.
Yep.
I have like 30 photos to get through. We carved out a solid 10 minutes to chat all about it. And, you know, many of you at home were with me on the trip, so you'll be living some of this too. So let's just dive right in, shall we?
Yes, I'm excited.
All righty. The Alaskan adventures began in Fairbanks. So I had to do what all tourists do and take photos by a sign that says, "Welcome to Fairbanks, Alaska." And many of these were also on my Facebook page too. I tried to pull some that weren't already posted.
Yep.
But yes, so this is where we began. Then the next day, we immediately hopped on a stern wheeler, which is this gorgeous vessel of a ferry boat. And this was when we hopped on and did a big scenic tour of the Chena River. And then we also hopped off at the historic Chena Village. So I have a few photos kind of scrolling through, showing the huts and the Athabascan culture. And I went on this trip with my aunt. That's my Aunt Carrie, everybody. And so here we just hopped off. We saw reindeer, we saw caribou, we learned about sled dogs, we learned about smoking salmon and kind of like the Athabascan culture and lifestyle. And the Iditarod and how that's still such a big cultural thing to raise the dogs and learn how to do all the sleds and stuff too. And then I want to show you guys all my friends. So we went to the Denali Dinner Theater, and I have 3 different group photos kind of showcasing everybody at dinner.
Oh, fun.
Yes, I walked around and I was like, I have to be paparazzi. I have to show everybody that you guys are here.
Yeah.
So here's the group, and again, so this was all at dinner, and then this was a dinner theater show, and it was really reminding me of like Medora, the musical.
Okay, fun.
And it was all about like the first men who climbed the summit of Denali, and it was so funny because it was very like it incorporated all of the attendants. And one of our guys named Alan got pulled to the stage and became part of the show.
Yeah.
And this crazy lady on stage with a coon skin cap was singing her heart out to poor old Alan. She was like, "I need an Alaskan man," and she wrangled him right on stage. It was the funniest thing.
Oh, I love that.
I loved her. She was wild and crazy, and I was like, my kind of gal.
Yeah.
So anyway, Alan, you're super famous, and he became famous the whole trip.
Yeah.
And everyone watching right now is like, "Shh, Alan, Alan." Okay, so then we stayed at the McKinley Chalet. This was Denali, and we saw a moose at the resort. I've never seen a real live moose. There he is.
Yay.
He was like only a baby. We found out he's likely 2 years old.
Okay.
But still super tall. He's like bent down in the ditch snacking right now. But I got a video, and then this was my best like screen grab. All of my videos and photos of the wildlife are absolutely terrible. So my PSA, if you go to Alaska, take a nice camera. Take that Canon.
Doesn't it make such a big difference?
Yes, this was insane because I was like, I have all of these incredible experiences, but only in my brain. So I'm doing my best.
But she's zooming in
Yes!
on her iPhone.
It's like pixelated and the color never worked, whatever. So
For
anyway,
next time.
here's a live moose. Okay, so you guys, this was, what's coming up next was Mount Denali, and we went to Denali National Park. Look at that. I didn't realize that this is so rare. So to see the summit and to see the peak of Mount Denali, only 30% of people get to see it because it's so big and so tall that she has her own like weather patterns. And 70% of the time it's overcast, it's cloudy, it's dreary, and it's always typically covered. And then what's even crazier as we scroll through these photos, I think we have like the group photo and yeah, just, hey, there's me. I found out on my Facebook page that my friend on Facebook, his nephew climbed Mount Denali and sent me photos of his nephew at the summit, which felt unreal.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was sunny and clear and we got to see that was like our tour guides, everybody with us was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like this never ever happens.
They're lucky, huh?
Yeah, but I didn't realize how incredible it was going to be. Okay, so we saw so much wildlife during this tundra wilderness tour. We saw caribou, moose, bears, Dall sheep. So what you're looking at here is the best I could do trying to get wildlife photos. The tour was so cool. They had a live camera system. So every time somebody would spot wildlife, we'd pull over, we'd park, and our tour guide had this live camera that would zoom in on whatever everybody was seeing, like with their binoculars, and we had these screens so we could try to see everything. So this was a mama with her 2 babies.
Cute. Okay, I love that.
Yeah, and it was really great to have that camera because I had binoculars, but half the time you're like, how do I get this fitted to my eyeball?
Oh,
like,
I remember we had our binocular discussion before.
Yes. And then my phone wasn't great, so if you had a super nice camera with a nice lens, like you could see everything really well. But so that really made all the difference. So that Tundra Wilderness tour was epic. And then we hopped on a train. This was the domed rail car, and that was incredible. I've never been on a train like this with the glass ceilings. So it's full 360. And I think I have my aunt and I here just waving. Just, hey.
Cute.
Hey, good morning.
Okay, I've been keeping track of your modes of transportation. We had our sternwheeler, obviously a plane to get there, tour bus, dome train. Am I missing anything? Did you ride a moose? Because that's pretty unique, huh? Getting to see, you know, everything from all those different perspectives. That's so fun.
It was literally incredible. And it was so many firsts for me and so many people on the tour as well. So here's just other, you know, landscape photos. It looks fake.
Wow.
It felt fake.
Yeah, that's like AI generated.
Yeah, it just didn't feel real. It felt like a movie set the whole time. And this was just week 1. And this wasn't even everything. I know, this is what's crazy. So then it was time to say bon voyage from Whittier as week 2 began, and we were about to hop on a cruise ship. Ooh. So there she is, saying goodbye to reality, to the mainland, to cellular service, waving goodbye as we left port. And here's a look at our ship. So I thought it was going to be way smaller. So this is classified as a medium-sized ship. I've only been on one other cruise before, so I wasn't quite sure what it was going to be like. But it was big.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it was really big. It was so fun. So we set out. It was sailing days the first 2 days to make it down to Glacier Bay. And so, oh gosh, here's where we get into the narrative of the real life of Ashland Hill on this cruise. One of the first nights was formal night. And so here's a look at our table. So this is my friends. We've got Tess, she was our tour guide. That's my aunt. And then Gail and Pat. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see the sparkles quite in this photo, so don't worry. There's a selfie coming up next. Hold on, we got to take down the lower third because there's a bracelet and a ring. Thank you. Appreciate that in real time. No, I didn't get engaged on this ship. And no, I'm not a millionaire, and I didn't pack all my diamonds. This wasn't like the heart of the ocean Titanic moment. You guys, I was modeling $76,000 worth of diamonds because I made friends with the guy who runs the jewelry store, Archie, and he spotted me the first night. So if you've been on a cruise, a lot of the stores do like drawings and raffle giveaways like the first couple of nights to like entice people to come shopping.
Okay, fun.
So we're at the raffle giveaway, and this man, Archie, spots me, and he goes, hey, how are you? And I said, hey, great. And he goes, wow, you should be on TV. You've got $1 million smile.
Isn't that funny?
I was so embarrassed. I like covered my mouth. I was like mortified because he said this during the raffle. Oh. He had his microphone and was like, hey, how are you? And I was like, hey, great. So I'm embarrassed, and I'm like trying to like turn away, and my aunt immediately is like, she is on TV. She's here with the whole group. Yeah. Like just starts rattling everything
everyone else knows except for him,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
And he's like, no, are you serious? And she's like, yes. And he's like, come back on formal night. I want you to model the jewelry. Ooh. So I literally go down on formal night before the dinner, and I walk up to dinner, and everyone's like, wow, Ashland really dressed up for formal night.
Getting fancy for us.
Yes. No, I had to sign a contract and everything that I was like renting it out for the night. I felt like a real life red carpet celebrity.
I love that.
And then I promptly returned it. It wasn't due back until like 10:30 at night. I gave it back at like 8.
Because you didn't want to lose it and be like stressed out.
I was like nervous, and I was like, okay, I've had enough. Put it back. $80,000 worth. Like, and I signed my life away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to say that, you know, diamonds look pretty good on you.
I'm not disagreeing. It felt right. They felt at home.
Yes.
So the rest of the cruise was spent eating seafood. I almost overdosed on king crab. Not once, but twice. Death by king crab.
I love this photo.
I've never been.
This is like the quintessential Ashland Hill. Alaska cruise photo?
Well, you know I love a good crab leg Tuesday at Red Lobster, but let me tell you, this one king crab leg and claw sent me over the edge. I thought I was going to need to be hospitalized. But thank goodness a lot of the port stops, oh God, I forgot I put this one in here. That was the seafood boil on the ship too.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, yeah, wearing stretchy pants these days.
Yeah.
But luckily, leggings were taken into account. Okay, but luckily a lot of the port days we got to hike around, and you guys, we took the most incredible hike in Skagway to this waterfall. It was such a lush, green, serene, like real, like I was like, wow, I'm really in Alaska right now. Like my aunt was standing at the bottom of that waterfall panning for gold. We saw so many gold flakes.
I love that.
Okay, but this is where it takes a turn. And what you're looking at, in case you're like, what is that? Is that a tombstone? Yes, these are grave sites that are on the same hiking trail. So you hike up to the waterfall and you hike down through the Gold Rush Cemetery. And I was like, okay, no disrespect, but I felt like I was on the set of Hocus Pocus. I was like, something needs to be filmed here for like a spooky season movie.
Yeah.
But the graves are literally built into the trails, so you're walking through them. And it was just... It felt really cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought I'd be scared, but it was just kind of rad.
Okay, interesting. See, I'm superstitious and I hold my breath when I pass by graveyards. I would have died.
I was like, literally, hey, no disrespect. Y'all are doing great, looking good. Don't mind me.
I mean, what a beautiful place to, you know, have your final resting place.
Okay, honestly, not to be weird, but I was like, dude, this would be where I'd want to go. Like, I'd want to be buried somewhere like this. It was just so cool.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
serene. Okay, last port stop on the trip was Ketchikan, and that's the salmon capital. And this was the cutest little water town.
Okay.
And that was very cool. I'm running out of time, but I have so much to tell you. We saw a whale jumping out the window from the spa.
Wait, that was like your dream, right? To see the whales?
I couldn't wait to see a whale jumping. Yeah. So I spent a lot of my time at the thermal spa, shown here, wrapped up like a mummy, legs in towels, wrapped up in a robe, my head in towels. The only thing missing was cucumbers. And the captain comes over the loudspeaker and says, we found a whale jumping. Like, you have to go see it. So all of us girls in the spa go running across the deck in our robes and in our spa attire to go see this whale jumping, and we start screaming every time he jumps out of the water.
Yeah.
It was the most incredible thing. All the employees were taking videos of us rather than the wildlife. Okay, and then the trip ended on my birthday, literally on my birthday. And one thing about my mom, she's gonna send something.
How did she even get a package to the ship?
This is what surprised me too. I said, Mom, do not send a single thing to the news station. I'll be gone. I'm not coming back till midweek. And she was like, okay, bet. So
she tracked you down.
So she sent me champagne and chocolate covered strawberries, and my aunt decorated the room and the door. And this was literally how we ended. And I also saw dolphins on my birthday. A pod of dolphins jumping alongside the ship, just like you see in the movies. It was like sunny and sparkling, and it was the most magical way to end the trip.
Okay, I love this. Thank you so much for the recap. I have been dying the whole time to get all the details. I feel like I was right there with you.
Yeah, yay. Well, and many of you were. Hopefully that lived up to recount the story. Many of you said you were going to record this and show it to everybody after too. So hopefully it lived up to everybody's standards. I had the most wonderful time. It was friends who became family, and I loved every second.
Yay, how fun. Happy you had fun, but happy you're back too.
Yes, me too. I know. I still feel like I'm on a ship, so I'm a bit woozy.
Got your sea legs.
Yeah, don't have them quite yet, so we'll figure it out as we go. Live on television. Lucky you guys. Okay, I do want to say we're definitely out of time, so thank you all for letting me indulge. Today is September 11th. There are many events taking place and ceremonies to head out to a very somber day for our nation, so I did want to acknowledge that. So thank you all for joining us and hopefully letting us laugh and have a bit of a smile on a otherwise somber day. We do appreciate that. All right, plenty more coming up here on North Dakota Today right after this break, everybody. We'll be right back.